Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of our challenge, Healthy for Life Starter Kit. Welcome back, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. And seems like our technology is working the way it should today. Woohoo! Yay! Yay for technology working, and we're all in the right place. So if you're here live, by all means, say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and we'll get started. So today's task was to help you eat your meals on time. So I know a lot of people, Sue Ann, I'm just not hungry for breakfast. I don't want to eat breakfast. I've never eaten breakfast. I've had clients like that. I've never eaten breakfast before. I'm not hungry. And it's so easy to just, skip lunch because I'm not hungry at lunch. And some people think, well, if they skip meals, then that could help them lose weight, right? Wrong. The opposite is true. So, three things happen when we skip a meal. Number one, the metabolism slows down. So, our metabolism, we always want to keep going and revving because if you want to lose weight, you want the metabolism to be running high. So, number one thing that happens when you skip a meal, the metabolism slows down because the body always wants to protect itself. Hey, Christine, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. So the body, as I was saying, wants to protect itself. So if we skip a meal, then the body is going into protection mode. So it will slow down the metabolism. The second thing that happens when we skip a meal is, again, the body wants to protect itself. So when the next meal comes around, the body is like, well, I don't know if, we're going to be going into fasting again or when the next meal is going to happen. So I'm just going to take this meal and completely store this meal as fat. So double whammy, right? It's not a good thing. And number three thing that happens, I don't know about you, but if I go too long without eating, I cannot get the food in fast enough, right? I am starving and I tend to eat way too much. So things, people talk about intermittent fasting, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But I want to encourage you to try to eat your meals on time. So the main thing that a lot of people that struggle with weight loss is they do really well during the week, right? They're going along and they're staying on track, they're bringing a healthy lunch to work, or they're eating at home and they're doing okay. And then the weekend comes and everything, right, goes to hell in a handbasket. They might get up late and then they have breakfast late, and then, they're out and about shopping and getting things done. So lunch is delayed. Maybe they'll just grab a snack on the way, and then by the time they get home, they eat something else, and then they're not hungry at dinner time because they just ate something. So dinner is later, and they overeat at dinner, and they gain back the weight that they lost during the week, which happens far too often. So I'm highly encouraging you today to try and eat your meals on time, and especially on the weekends. So if you do get up later on the weekends, no worries. Just have something small, have something light as soon as you get up, because that will keep your metabolism running. So, and then try to aim for lunch. So you got up late, so breakfast was a little bit later, but try to aim for lunch as close as possible to 12 as you can, 12 or 1. And then again, aim for dinner at 6. And if you're going out to a party or gathering or a restaurant and dinner is going to be delayed and you have no choice with that, obviously, then have a healthy snack before you go. And so some people are like, what? You want me to eat more in order to lose weight? Absolutely. Because if you have a healthy snack, say at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and then, by the time you get to the party, it's late and there's all these amazing hors d'oeuvres right in front of you or bowls of chips, you won't be as starving and you won't dive into those hors d'oeuvres and you won't overeat at dinner. So always have a snack if dinner will be delayed. But the more you can eat your meals on time, especially on the weekends, will help you and help your metabolism stay on track. So what is metabolism and how does it work? I love this book that I've been talking about. If you've been following me on social media, Outlive, The Science and Art of Longevity by Dr. Peter Attia. So I love when medical doctors are there to tell me, all the things that I've been preaching about, all the things that I firmly believe in. They are confirming most of the things that I've been saying. Dr. Peter Attia likes a little bit too much alcohol, in my opinion. I think he's an adrenal body type, so he says like, oh, seven or more servings of alcohol per week or 2 servings per day is okay. In my opinion, that's a little bit too much, but anyways, it's we're not going to agree on anything. So here's his take on metabolism. Metabolism is the process by which we take in nutrients and break them down for use in the body. In someone who is metabolically healthy, those nutrients are processed and sent to the proper destinations. But when someone is metabolically unhealthy, many of the calories they consume end up where they are not needed at best and outright harmful at worst. So the metabolism, we want to, as I said, always keep the metabolism going, always keep the metabolism healthy. How do we do that? By following all the steps on my 7 pillars to health, eating a super healthy diet, eating your meals on time, exercising, eating, avoiding the unhealthy fats and processed packaged food like we were talking about yesterday. Getting a lot of sleep, enough sleep for you and your body type, and stress management. So, all the basic things we can do help the metabolism. What happens when our metabolism becomes unhealthy and we go towards metabolic dysfunction is that all of our processes start to have a hard time. So the liver can be congested, the pancreas can be having a hard time, which can lead to diabetes. We can, be going towards high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Digestive system is not working optimally. Our triglycerides go higher, so that means there's more sugar in the body. We have to reduce the sugar. So as we keep on eating healthily and following a healthy diet and getting our 3 meals per day, we will stay healthier. Next, I've had some questions from people asking me about intermittent fasting. I'm doing intermittent fasting. Is that a good idea? Uh, in my opinion, as I believe in intermittent fasting from dinner time to the next morning for breakfast. I don't believe in pushing that further out because, as I said, I think that our metabolism slows down. So I want to read you one more short paragraph from Dr. Attia because he explains it really well. The more significant downside of intermittent fasting is that most people who try it end up very protein deficient. One not uncommon scenario that we see with intermittent fasting is that a person loses weight on the scale, but their body composition alters for the worse. They lose lean muscle mass while their body fat stays the same or even increases. So I kind of believe the same thing. So maybe the numbers on the scale go down, but the other main thing that I want for all my clients and all the people following me is that you find a healthy way of eating that you can maintain long term, right? So you're not counting points, you're not counting calories, you're not taking out entire food groups, you're eating a healthy, balanced meal, and you are feeling good about it and feeling healthy, having tons of energy to do all the things you want. And it's something that you can do for the rest of your life. It's not some overly restrictive diet that you're doing for a certain amount of time. It's something that you can maintain forever and feel amazing, which is why when I found out how amazing I felt with eating right for my body type, I never looked back. It's like, okay, I'm eating this way for the rest of my life. So we have a few comments here and a few things are popping up blocking the comments. Kelsey, Susan is saying it's very interesting. She's talking about intermittent fasting, which we just went over. Nat is saying, I eat my 3 meals a day. Don't eat processed foods, have a clean bill of health, drink 8 to 10 glasses of water. That's awesome. Yes, so, the thing also about keto or intermittent fasting, some people do keto, and there is a very clean way of eating keto, which, can be very good because we're getting rid of all those packaged and processed foods and eating real whole clean foods. Or there is unhealthy keto, where most people, go towards bacon and tons of cheese and sausages and really overly fatty foods, which could eventually clog the arteries and not be good. So just looking at my little list and making sure I followed. Oh yes, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was eating times for your specific body type. So if you don't know your body type yet, stay tuned. We will be doing an entire masterclass on that on Monday, so that will be really fun. I hope you'll be able to join us. For those of you that do know your body type, so what best times are good for each body type? If you are pear-shaped, which is also known as the gonad body type, where you tend to gain weight a little bit more in your lower body, eating breakfast around 8, lunch around 12, and a super early dinner is good for you. So even 5 o'clock. And people go, what? 5 o'clock? Are you crazy? I'm not a senior. I don't want to eat at 5 o'clock. But if you do the test, most of my gonad body types will tell me, when I get in at 4:30, I'm so hungry I could eat everything in sight. And I'm like, yes, because 5 o'clock is actually the perfect time for you to eat dinner. And when they try that, they feel so much better. They're not like snacking like crazy before as soon as they walk in the door and then not unable to eat dinner. And the pounds come off super easily. For an adrenal body type, that's also known as the apple shape, they tend to have broader shoulders, a large chest. Their eating times can be around 8, 12, and 6 for dinner is okay for them, even though they can often push dinner till 7 or 8. That's not a great idea. And both of those body types do better with a small, light breakfast. They will tell me, I'm just not hungry for breakfast. So have something small and light, a little smoothie or some fruit, something to keep your metabolism always going. And yeah, just something that will keep your metabolism going. If you want a little something else, you could have maybe some organic yogurt with fruit, getting in your protein. The other body types can do well also eating times around 8, 12, and 6. And if you need a snack, by all means, have a snack. There are many healthy snacks that you can have, maybe mid-morning or mid-afternoon. And the last thing is enjoy your deviations, as I call them. We're not talking about cheats. That has such a negative connotation. So enjoy your deviations occasionally and savor them, never feel guilty, and then get back on track the rest of the time, or get back on track the next meal or the very next day. And that is the key to your long-term success. We're never going 100% healthy, myself included. We have to have our deviations and enjoy them, and you will achieve all of your health and weight loss goals. So I hope that's helpful. So keep on going, adding in from yesterday, eating lots of vegetables and fruits, and getting a little bit rid of the processed and packaged foods. And today, eating your meals on time. Tomorrow, we're going to be diving into one more tip, which has to do with hydration. So we'll get more into that today. So join us. Have a great day, everyone. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments or shoot me an email if you're watching the replay. And we'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait.